Residents of a Toronto neighborhood will head outdoors tonight and sleep in tents. And it's all for a good cause. They hope to raise money to bring Syrian refugee families to their community. Elizabeth Dove is with the Danforth East Community Association and is the lead organizer of this event. And there she is now, just outside the tent there. I hope for a warmish night for you. First of all, I want to ask you about how you got together, the idea of this camp out really in Toronto.
It's I think for like a lot of people around the world, the picture of little Alan Kurdi on the beach devastated so many of us. And members of the Danforth East Community Association got together to find out what could we do. And what we discovered is we had a whole community that wanted a way to be involved, and we thought we need to create a focal point. We tried to come up with something unique, and I remember the night only just a month ago where somebody said, we should sleep outside in solidarity. And my first thought was, oh, how will I get out of this? It'll be freezing. But it was an idea that was absolutely on fire. And pretty soon, myself and what soon to be 75 other people agreed to do this tonight.
Incredible. So that's a pretty good reaction from the community. And I know that you've said that, it's not unlike some of the conditions that refugees are having to sleep in tonight in their own tent.
Exactly. People have the impression that that part of the world, Jordan, Turkey, Lebanon, are bombing. No, it's zero and sub-zero at this time of year, and snow is coming. Definitely, we might even have a warmer night tonight than they would there.
So tell me about money, dollars and cents. We know it costs a lot to bring a Bosnian family, to support them, sponsor them to come to Canada. What are you hoping to achieve today?
Right. So we are working with a local community agency here in Toronto, in East Toronto, called the Neighborhood Group. Our organization decided we didn't need to be the settlement experts. We would work with them because they've been doing this for a long time. And they have a goal of $40,000 per family. Even though the Canadian government says that 27 is a good target, that's at keeping people on social assistance. So they, again, being the experts, feel that 40 is a better number. And so they set a goal for 2 families, but actually through the outpouring of the community, we've raised enough money. We've actually doubled our goal as a community association of $10,000, have over $20,000 raised. So now the Neighborhood Group Agency, they're going to bring a 3rd family.
I wonder what you're hearing, Elizabeth, as you've been organizing this. There has been public debate about some of the security concerns some people have about Syrian refugees coming to Canada, especially in light of the Paris attacks. I wonder what your thoughts are on that, and if someone expresses that concern to you during this fundraiser, what do you say to them?
It's a really natural concern, and it's a historic concern. I mean, if we look back on Orthodox Jews from Eastern Europe before World War II, Italian Catholics not long after that, Muslims from Yugoslavia. We have a fear of the other coming from a violent place with a minority religion. And yet history has borne out that these people become vibrant members of society and treasured neighbors. So we have history on our side. We have a system on our side, a Canadian government system alongside the UN with big check marks from CSIS and the RCMP. And we have the moral imperative on our side. There are families in need of our help. And as you can see from the outpouring of money and sleepers, there's a real willingness here in Toronto and East Toronto to have the refugees come.
I gather, I read, Elizabeth, that your husband, in fact, is a refugee from Bosnia. So you've seen and heard up close the kind of challenges a refugee coming to Canada would face. I wonder what new insight that has given, or unique insight that has given you, and what he says when he hears people expressing concerns about refugees coming.
Yeah, we've been talking about it as well. And we've been talking about it in light of the fact that recent news this week about, there's a lot of refugees that say that they don't want to come to Canada. And it's a really reasonable thing because, basically what they really want to do is go home. And that's a real need of a lot of refugees that they and going farther away from home, imagine, right? So, we talk about it a lot, and again, he's been very supportive of this effort, and actually our daughter's sleeping out tonight with me as well.
Wonderful. Well, I hope he's the guy who brings you hot chocolate then when needed in the middle of the night. What kind of temperatures are you bracing for?
We're thinking it's going to be actually pretty sweet here for temperatures in Toronto tonight. We were ready for anything, freezing rain, snow, but it may be about 3 degrees. And actually, if we can show you, we've got all kinds of people here with really decent winter camping and other summer camping gear. We'll give you a quick pan of
Sure, please do. Yeah.
setting up around.
Well, you've got quite the tent city that's starting to build there, I see.
Absolutely.
Well, everyone looks well prepared, and you're right. For this time of the year in Canada, that temperature, not bad at all. We wish you well. Thanks for joining us to tell us about it, Elizabeth.
Thanks so much, Jennifer.
Elizabeth Dove is with the Danforth East Community Association in Toronto.